Yesterday, when I was watching some sports, I just wanted a break from the commentators, and so I hit the mute button and continued watching. And what was fascinating about what happened was that I could see what was actually going on in the energy of the athletes. And I realized that I could really pick up on which ones were really trying to have a certain outcome. And you can tell because in trying, there's this tenseness, there's this uneasiness, it's not as relaxed, where the ones that were just relaxed, going with the flow, they ended up actually having much better results. And this wasn't just in one sport. It started off with one sport, but then I did it with another one, and I saw the same thing playing out, is that when the athlete was trying to force an outcome, it just didn't happen for them. But when they relaxed and just went with the flow, then it did. And I thought, wow, this ties into everything that we've been talking about. And another example came up that I've pondered a bit as of late, and uh, so this is one that every human being on planet Earth can relate to. So when you're going to take a number two, and when you try, you know nothing's going to happen. But when you just relax, when you let go, everything works out wonderfully. And so I realized that this was our body, our human bodies are actually attempting to teach us this lesson uh, in that way, by showing us that when we just relax, when we just do whatever we're going to do, and we stop trying to force it or overanalyze it or think about it, it just happens for us. And so this, I strongly felt, was a message that was coming through to share today. And yeah, and as I started to ponder this and look into it, I could see that all trying was controlling, is attempting to control an outcome. And trying is like forcing. And it's also, when we try, we have like an attachment to a certain outcome. So we're really trying to make that happen. And so I realized there's resistance in trying. There's that tension, there's that constriction. All of that stuff lets us know that it's actually out of alignment. And it also lets us know when we're tense, when we're getting small. That's that small energy that we've been talking about. So I realized that trying is small. And the opposite of that would just be doing. And that's, and I just felt so strongly, it's like, don't try, just do. Just do it. And because what happens when we try is that the trying part is coming from the mind. When we do something, we just go and we do it. And our heart and our body, they're like two peas in a pod, working amazingly together. And but the mind can throw some monkey wrenches in there. It doesn't have to. And of course, as we go through our healing and integration, there's less and less monkey wrenches, and the mind comes into greater and greater levels of coherence with our heart. And so it's just a natural process. But what I'm saying is that trying comes from the mind. Because if you're just doing an activity from the heart, you're not attempting to force any outcome. You're not attempting to control anything. You don't have attachments. And this stuff is all born from fear. So say in the sports example that you have two athletes and one has a fear of losing, so they're going to be trying so hard, and the other one, maybe they don't care if they win or lose. They're just grateful that they are at that level. They're grateful that they are doing that sport, and in gratitude they are centered, they are present. So their mind is actually on the same page as the heart. And when we are in coherence like that, we are in alignment, and thus we are able to receive intuitive guidance. So this is huge, because when you're trying, there's that forcing, controlling, that resistance. And so we are basically cutting off that connection to our intuitive guidance. It still can come through, but it's going to be much more difficult to pick up on it. Yet when we are in our heart, when we're relaxed, when we're open, it's going to be very easy. The intuitive guidance is just going to flow, and it's just going to be so obvious where to go, what to do, how to approach something. And this doesn't have to be in sports. This can be in literally anything in your life, anything in daily life, at work, playing a board game, like literally anything this concept can be applied to. Is that when we just relax and enjoy ourselves, really, we just are grateful for the experience, and we let things unfold in the best possible way for us, we know they will. And I actually received this little vision while I was pondering this, and it showed two timelines. And on one of the timeline was a person, could even be me, that was attempting to control a situation, and so control an outcome. So let's just say it was me. I had my mind so made up on this outcome that I just thought I wanted so bad, and I tried so hard, but because it wasn't actually the best possible outcome for me, it didn't happen. And then when it didn't happen, I got disappointed, I got frustrated, I started judging myself and criticizing myself, telling me I wasn't trying hard enough. And and so you can see how this was, it wasn't even the best case scenario. But when we try so hard to make an outcome, we will get disappointed. Yet the second timeline was where I didn't attempt to control the outcome. I just went with the flow, and then everything unfolded in the best possible way for me. So what I realized from this vision is that there's really no point to trying, controlling, forcing. It's absolutely a complete waste of time and energy. Yet nothing is a waste, and here's the reason why, is that by going through that experience, and maybe we have to go through that experience many times, as many of us do, and that is not our, that is, there's a lot of collective influence there about these programs, but there's nothing wrong with that either, because we chose this journey. Yet what I'm getting at is that the point to the learning outcome from trying to control things and attempt things is just realizing we don't have to. Is just realizing that there's literally no point. It's not helping us, it's not helping anyone else. And that goes into this whole thing that we've been talking about, is when we're trying to do something, it's like difficult. It brought up this whole concept of being a try-hard. And although it's not the kindest thing to maybe think, but there's truth in it. When we try, we are making life hard. That's why when you witness people trying, you can tell they're having a hard time. It's difficult, it's tough. And that is that small energy that signifies that we're out of alignment, which also signifies that we can shift our perspective to being in alignment, that we're operating some sort of belief and program, that we have the absolute ability, capability to let go of and shift into alignment. And once we shift into alignment, we will realize, oh, this didn't have to be hard. It can be easy. You know, a thought that came up to me was just about like doing anything in your life that you've been telling yourself is hard, and just tell yourself it's easy, and watch how things completely change just by telling yourself that. It is phenomenal. And so another thing that came up with this trying is that there's kind of like two ways to look at trying. There's the trying that we're talking about. It's like trying to force an outcome, control something. But there's another kind, it's like, I just want to try it out. You know, oh, just give it a try. Try something new. And this is very innocent and playful. And what you'll notice, and if you just think back to examples, that when someone just tries something just for fun, they often do really well at it. And people have even come up with a name for this. They call it beginner's luck. But it's not luck. It's just because they weren't trying. So it was just amazing for me to see this come together, that when we stop trying and we just do what we want to do, wow, it's like makes it so much easier. And when we can come back to trusting that when we are in our flow, we don't have to control anything, we don't have to make attachments, we don't have to force anything, we don't have to try, because we already know that the best case scenario is always unfolding for us. And why is that? Is because it always is. It can't be any other way. This is a vibrational reality. This your path you chose before incarnating into this planet. And we only experience that which benefits us. We only experience that which will assist us with our growth. And when something doesn't sit right, doesn't feel good, is hard, that's just letting us know it's time to perhaps look at it in a different way, to shift our perspective so that we can do something or view something in a way that is in alignment with the truth of who we are. And when we are in alignment, when we are just doing what we love to do without trying, just having fun, just relaxed, that is that big, big energy. Trying is small, doing, just being is big. So yes, this is the message I wanted to share. I'm just going to check my notes here. And And yeah, we don't have to try our best. We just have to do our best and trust that everything is unfolding in the best way possible for us. So, yeah, if you arrived on this video, if it was shown to you, I know that there's something in here for you, and yeah, I intend that you can use it in a really positive way in your life, and that we can all just have more fun, and that we can relax a bit more and just be ourselves a bit more. And in doing so, we're just going to enjoy life a bit more. And we might as well, because yeah, this exact life that we're in right now, this only happens once in an eternity. So yeah, might as well just enjoy it. And so I will leave you with that. If you'd like to mention in the comments something that you've been realizing that you were trying, and then when you just do it, it just made it so much easier, so much funner, so much more enjoyable, go for it. And with that, I will sign off for today. But yeah, sending you much love on your journey, and have a wonderful day. Okay, bye.